Hi everyone, I'm Kimberly Craig. Today I'm going to show you how to tear down a powder room. So my intention is to tear it down and put it back together, but if for any reason I can't put it back together, at the very least I've saved myself some money by tearing it down and getting rid of all the debris to the dump. So my house is about 50 years old, the piping is deteriorating, and the powder room is grossly outdated, so it's time that it has to be done. I'm probably going to be getting ready to sell my house over the next year or so, so I want to slowly pick away at the jobs that need to be done. It consists of the sink, and around this door is the toilet. So I've already shut off the water system in this bathroom. You don't need to shut off the water system to the entire house, but this is where the valve is for the toilet, and you just turn that off and you drain the water out of the toilet. You drain it out of the tank as well, which again I've already done. Now I've done the same with the sink. So I just want to show you where the valves are for the water shut off. They're underneath the sink. You can see them at the back there, so you shut those off. And then just test the water to make sure that it's not coming through, which we can see that it's not. So what I need to do now is get the tools to take away the piping system here. And then we're set to get the hammer and start tearing things out. Now one thing I suggest you do is take good pictures of the plumbing setup as it was before you started to tear it down. And that way when you go to Home Depot you can show them the pictures and get the exact replacement parts that you need. So now what I've got is my wrench, and I'm going to figure out how to get, really I can leave this, well I can probably just take off this bottom part leading up. I'm not too worried about the pipe coming out of the wall because I just want to lift the sink out and undo this. So I'm going to figure out how to get this plumbing system out here. And it would appear to me that starting here with this nut is going to be the best route. Oh, I thought I'd have to get some WD-40 because this house is like 50 years old, but it's actually coming off nicely. Oh, looks like there's still some water in there, so I'm going to have to get a towel to mop that up. There we go. That was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. The last step that it takes to get the sink out is to undo those nuts up at the top there from the water supply, and then the sink should lift right out. Alright, here's the test. We'll see if the sink will come out. Yay! Okay, so now the sink is out. I'm going to have to crack these tiles out, I can see, because I won't be able to get the top out without doing that. However, first I'll start with the screwdriver and just basically unscrew every screw that I can find, because it looks like this baby's got screws all over the place. So I'll just take everything apart bit by bit. So for the job of unscrewing everything, I suggest everyone get a multi-screwdriver. This is a savior, I've got to tell you, because in an old house like this, there's screws of every type. So I've got my chisel and my hammer, and I'm going to try and pry these boards out. So I don't seem to be able to get the sides off. I mean, they want to come off. As you can see, I can get the chisel in here and they move fairly easily, but it does seem that it's the countertop that's stopping everything from coming off, so I'm going to have to break out those tiles. So usually what I do when I'm going to break out tile is I just get an old rag and I hold it over the tile. Make sure you're wearing protective glasses. I mean, I should have goggles, but I've got glasses, so I'm good with that. And just start breaking it out. As you can see, the tile breaks underneath. Then you just use your chisel and start picking away. Okay, so I've got the sink unit out finally. The next step is to remove the molding around the floors. So now I've got the sink out, the vanity out, and all the baseboards out. But now I've got to get the toilet out. Because it's such a small space though, I can't get it around the door, so I've got to take the door off. So now I'm going to take the toilet out. So what I'm going to do, I've got WD-40. I'm going to spray it on all the nuts around the bottom here. Because they all have to be undone in order to lift it up from the floor. So WD-40 works like a hot dam, and I'm going to spray that on there. Get those all lubed up because this toilet's been here for, well, it's purple. I'd say it's been here for 50 years. Okay, so I've gotten all the nuts off. The WD-40 worked. Thank you. So now the next question is, can I move it? The thing that sucks about being a girl is I don't have the brute force of a guy. So, oh, one other thing, actually, before I can move the toilet, you've got to unhook the water supply that goes to the toilet. Now remember, I've already drained all the water out and shut off the water valve, but underneath here, there is a nice little handle type device that you can just unscrew. So that is not a problem because I had actually swapped out that water line several years ago, but it's still really easy to get off. So as you can see, I did manage to get the toilet out. So now I have this awful looking hole in the ground. What I need to do is take out that ring because that's disgusting and it needs to be replaced when a new toilet goes in anyways. And then I'm going to stick a towel in there because I don't want the fumes from the sanitation system to leak into the house. So here you have a completely gutted powder room in one afternoon. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this vlog was to show that at the very least you can do the tear down, save yourself hundreds of dollars, possibly $1,000 in labor costs. Not that I know what I'm doing, but I don't see any reason why I can't jump in there and do whatever I can. So once this bathroom starts to get put back together, I will show you my progress. Sorry for the poor lighting throughout the vlog, but again, this house is 50 years old, so everything is so outdated, and lighting included. So I'm going to, well, I guess the next step possibly is going to be taking out the floor. I haven't decided if I'm putting in tile or not. If I am putting in tile, I have to remove the linoleum. If I'm going to do more linoleum, then I'll likely just go right over top of it. The whole room will get painted, new vanity, new lighting, new sink, new toilet. So I look forward to showing you how to piece it back together bit by bit.